What's up everyone, V here, and happy Valentine's Day. This video should be going up on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to all of you people in relationships, or if you're one of the single brothers, or sisters, or they-thems, anyone. You single, we still love you. I know it's a bit rough, but we'll get through it, and this is also another momentous day because this is also the day that the cinematic masterpiece known as Madam Web will be releasing in theaters. Undoubtedly going to be on a just blow anything Martin Scorsese has ever made out of the window. It's going to be the movie of all time. And to celebrate its release, I thought, why not do a Spider-Man review, because I never review Spider-Man figures. But anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing the SH Figuarts Spider-Man Integrated Suit Final Battle Edition from Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, it's another Figuarts review. If you saw my last video, which was the Spider-Man 2099 review, go check that out. By the way, also didn't mean to ghost you all for like 13, 14 days. I be forgetting, and I don't notice how long or how much time has passed since the previous reviews. I legitimately thought, like, oh, it's been like 3-4 days since the last review, and I opened up YouTube to see, and it was like 12 days ago. So yeah, I'm not good at it, but also, anyway, I don't know why I said also, but that 2099 figure kind of opened a little doorway into a downward spiral that I've been trying to escape from, because it made me want to buy more Figuarts because I love that figure so much. Also, I think I'm probably saying it wrong because I always thought it was Figuarts, but I noticed recently that the package technically says Figuarts, but I can never tell in the reviews, and I always assumed it was Figuarts. So if I ever say Figuarts and it's Figuarts, my apologies. I'm just, so used to saying it the other way because I didn't even know it was that way. Because, I mean, I've never really had the money to purchase them in the past until the past year, so I'm not used to the title. So yeah, anyway, I got the 2099 and I absolutely loved it. I had the Miles and Gwen beforehand, but they just weren't on the same level as 2099. That figure blew me away and made me want more Figuarts. Also, back when those two released, there were more figures releasing. Right now, there's like nothing really out. And if it is out, it's not out where I live yet, so I just can't get it. So it just made me go on a downhill spiral for Figuarts. And I got this guy because I kept seeing pictures of the final swingsuit, and I wanted that figure, but complications ran into it. It sold out. It was like a couple months wait on it, and I might get it, or I might have got scammed on eBay. We'll see in a week or two. But I got this guy specifically because he has an unmasked head, and the final swingsuit doesn't have an unmasked head. And I was like, I'll get him, and hopefully the heads will swap because I want the final swingsuit to have an unmasked head. Legitimately, the only reason why I bought him. I'm so careful with my money. I totally don't love spending. And then I got him, and I just went on a downhill spiral where I bought two more. One of them will probably be in the next review, and because of the Deadpool trailer, not movie, the Deadpool movie trailer dropped, it made me want to buy a Deadpool figure, and I bought the Figuarts instead of the Marvel Legends. I don't know why. So yeah, there's a lot of Figuarts reviews coming up, I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, here we are. I don't even need to explain my thoughts on No Way Home. You already know I love it. If you've seen any of my previous No Way Home reviews, you understand how much I love this movie. And yeah, before we get into it, just also want to acknowledge this little guy. He's called a Smitsky. I got him at work because my work sells them, and we've had them for a while, but I just never got around to buying one, and I got this guy, and I love him so much. He's playing a little drum, but also has the face of a man who's seen bloodshed most people couldn't even conceive in their minds. He's got that 1,000-yard stare that watches on as a family of children gets slaughtered. Anyway, he's fun. He glows in the dark. Anyway, back to the figure at hand. And this figure is not bad. He's pretty cool, but he does have some quirks. I'm probably going to compare him a lot to the Marvel Legends version because why not? But before we get into this guy, before we get into old Peter Parker, we'll take a look at the packaging. And this is like standard Figuarts packaging. It's like, actually, no, I think it's slightly bigger than Miles and Gwen, actually. But you got a Spider-Man. A whole lot of words for his name here. Because, yeah, there is a normal version of this figure that released. I don't believe it has the alternate head and maybe not as many accessories. And it was more blue than black. This is the, got this guy on eBay. Not eBay, Amazon for like $90. I wanted the red and blue one from No Way Home. But that one was like $30, $40 more than this guy. And I was like, I'm just going to get this guy. But yeah. Anyway, this is probably the better one to get. Bandai, Tamashii Nations, Marvel, little stamp of quality there. And then the promo art of the design, which has the inaccurate design because it has the web shooters in the weird inverted colored hands, which the Marvel Legends one had, but fixed on the re-release, but not the webbing, not the web shooters, which was weird. Got a little Spidey in the corner down there, if that's even in focus. Spider-Man SH Figuarts, Spider-Man Figuarts. What's that? It's Spider-Man. And then on the back, you got 3 little shots of Spidey. Don't know what the hell that is. I guess that's like the final run when they go to swing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, these just look like the normal shots of the original figure. They probably just took them because there's no like shots of the accessories or unmasked heads. But anyway, that aside, he comes with a lot of accessories. Bringing him in here and then instantly putting him to the side. Alternate hands. On him right now is a fist and a thwip because that's what I like. Take a little look at them. They look really nice. Painted pretty well. Got the webbing painted nice. Got a bit of texture in there. All the black is like textured, but the red isn't, which is weird and kind of odd, but it doesn't bother me too much. He also comes with open hands to, wave at your friends. Or, wave all your loved ones goodbye as they'll never remember you again. They're painted equally as well. Then you have wall crawling hands. They're a bit more flat on the bottom. Really nice as well for people who like to pose. And then the alternate fist and thwip. And we're still going. He has open grip hands. And originally when I got it, I thought it was to grip one of the later accessories. But it's to actually hold a different accessory because I was like, it's too tight for him to grip that. I mean, he can grip other things, but Anyway, but it's actually to grip this accessory, which is a little like mask for him to hold because Spidey takes his mask off and he's maskless a lot in No Way Home. So he's gonna have to hold that somehow, and that's what that's for. Pretty neat. Then he comes with an even tighter gripping hand with his thumb out. And that's actually to hold this accessory. This is a web accessory. This is the longer web. This is kind of like the Spider-Verse ones. I don't know if they're exactly the same, but this one's clear this time. You can just slide that in there. And now he's holding on to the web, which is pretty cool. So yeah, lots of fun you can do. And finally, for his alternate hands, he's got these pointing hands, where he can be like, ooh, Mr. Stark, can I please have a new suit? I don't know. You can do the tee, or, be like, hey, stop, criminal. It's probably what they're used for. I doubt Spider-Man's going like this, like, MJ, please remember me, you know? Anyway, that cringe aside, we're still going because then, diving more into the web accessories, he comes with two of these, two of each. These are the like thwipping effects. You got the shorter one here, and then of course, the longer web effect. And these, you pop off the hand, slide these on the wrist, and it looks like he's thwipping. I don't really want to take the hands off because it's tiny little balls, a little harder to get them on. But yeah, that's what they're used for. And also, there's a lot more accessories. We're still going. He comes with a little part separator to like remove like the back piece for like stands and stuff. I think all Figuarts come with these. He also comes with this, which I don't know what it does. You take off this back piece and plug it in, having this out, and it said like stabilizer, but I don't know what it would plug into. He doesn't come with a stand. I don't think the stands work like that. And I thought maybe like the weird Venom accessory, but again, I looked and I think that hole is too big for this, so I don't know what the hell it's for. It's something. He also comes with alternate eyes. And they're really tiny and really detailed and beautiful, but also, I cannot tell you the difference between the two eyes. I want to say these are slightly angrier, but I legitimately can't tell. I wish instead of like just two of basically the same eye, he came with like bigger eyes like the Mafex has, because I prefer the bigger eyed look. But yeah, I guess it's all right. Since it's the final battle, look, I'll let it slide because that's when he was like really mad because he just lost Aunt May, so he's probably filled with anger trying to kill Goblin. So I'll let it slide this time. And before we get to the final accessories, he comes with the box. Ah, yes, the box. Oh, I forgot to grab the other one. Hold up. Anyway, here's the box. I wanted to compare it to the Marvel Legends version because, Lord, these are very different boxes. This is so shiny and beautiful looking. This one looks like it was left in a basement for a while. Like, look at all that nice gold paint. That is beautiful. It's slightly smaller, but you know what? It looks nice. You got some orange picked out there. And I thought this is what the gripping hands were for, but I feel like they're not wide enough to, because they don't like open real well. So I don't know, but it's a really cool accessory. It looks really nice. Again, here it is next to the Marvel Legends. But yeah, and finally, because he has a lot, we have the whole reason why I really bought this figure, the alternate head. And popping it on the figure, can take that off. Mine kind of like comes off like that, and I don't believe it's supposed to come off like that. But it doesn't, it's not too bad. It only really happens when you try to remove the head, but oddly it didn't happen that time. Glue could probably fix that. Then popping on the Tom Holland head to see what is actually a phenomenal likeness to Tom Holland. Let's get in there. That is solid Tom Holland. I don't think solid Tom Holland was the right phrasing there, but... And it does succeed where, like, Marvel Legends fails in a way, because for some reason the Marvel Legends ones always look extremely young. Like, they look like a 14-year-old Tom Holland, while this looks more like what he actually looks like in No Way Home. And it looks great. You can see the lack of lips in that smile, too. And the hair, which is painted. And no wash or anything, but it's alright. It looks good anyway. That is just dead on Tom Holland. And he comes with an alternate head, which has some battle damage. And you'd think they'd sculpt a new expression, because he oddly looks happier on this face than this face. And he's got, like, scuffs, dirt, blood, whatever. He also has this gaping hole in his neck, which is weird. But yeah, pretty cool accessory. And hopefully you can swap the head with the final swingsuit, or else I bought this figure for pretty much nothing. But putting the masked head on so we can finally talk about this figure, and what do I think of it? It's an odd one, because let's bring in the Marvel Legends, because this is where the comparison needs to be done, because this is the 3-pack version, so it has better paint. Still has the inaccuracies, and this one objectively is way more accurate to the movie. It doesn't have the web shooters, correct hands, everything sculpted and painted to perfection like in the movie. But and articulation wise, of course this one swamps and mops the Marvel Legends. But he is really oddly proportioned. His proportions are definitely wacky. They aren't the best realistically. I don't know why. Figuarts definitely got better with the more realistic proportions later on with Toby Andrew in the final swingsuit, but this one's kind of got odd proportions. He doesn't cut the nicest silhouette with all the articulation joints just cutting and jutting in, and that butt is just atrocious. That is a war crime. They massacred Tom Holland's bodacious cake. So it's I wouldn't really say one is better than the other, because where this guy succeeds in accuracy and articulation, he succeeds in just being way more proportional and just, I guess, they're both painted extremely well on par with each other and everything. So it's down to how, do you prefer really proportionate or really accurate to the movie? They're both really good, and they're both around the same price, because the 3-pack's $90 to $100, and he was $80 to $90. So yeah, I can't really say one's better than the other, because yeah, he's got better articulation and the more accurate feel, but also his odd proportions really throw it off from me loving it as much as I want to. But yeah, I guess it's up to you to pick which one you prefer. Although if you buy him, you get Andrew and Toby as well. But anyway, let's get into it, because one thing that this figure does beautifully is the masked head sculpt, because it doesn't do what most of the Marvel Legends do, which has this weird, really thin, awkward shaped head. This is shaped exactly like Tom Holland's Spidey head. The only Marvel Legends that did that well was the final swingsuit, but this looks great. Got the eyes in there. I haven't tried taking the eyes out, and I'm scared, and I don't feel like it's worth it for the other eyes. But yeah, it looks great, and all the webbing is painted in pretty well, and it's faint enough to where it doesn't extremely stand out like Tom Holland's webbing, because his webbing's a more dark red in the movies, so it doesn't stand out insanely, which looks nice. Coming down to the torso, that gold, that gold is beautiful. Love the look of this suit. It's a pretty good suit. I think it's oddly a better Iron Spider suit than the actual Iron Spider suit. But as you can see there, this is the battle damage version, and as you can see, there's a couple scrapes there. And that's really it, but it doesn't bother me, because I honestly hate battle damage on figures. And to be fair, his suit wasn't ripped to shreds end of a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie level destruction on the suit. This was roughly the amount of damage that was on the suit, so it's fine. His suit wasn't battered by the end of No Way Home. That gold looks beautiful. Love the symbol. I just love the red and black suits. Red and black just complement each other so well. And honestly, the normal red and black suit is one of my all-time favorite live-action Spidey suits, up there with not Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield's TASM 2 suit. Then on the back, you have the Massacre of Cake, which is back here, and the wedgie going on back there. Lord, it's all the way up there. But then on the back, you have the Spidey symbol, which carries around that beautiful gold. And then the details get kind of muddy when you get to the arm, because of all the articulation and everything. It's a bit more streamlined on the Legends, but to be fair, this didn't have the red paint here. This one has the red paint there, which is more accurate, because like I said, this one's more accurate, albeit with odder proportions. And it looks good. Coming down to the arms, you got more of that red picked out throughout. which looks really nice. And one odd thing with the articulation is you can bring his shoulders like really far down, and it looks really weird. Like you can get him looking freaky. Also, these pieces are loose and they kind of flop around a bit, so it's not too annoying. But like sometimes, like here, you might have to like try to like fudge it back into place, which is kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. And it did warn that there might be paint chipping here and here on the joint, but I haven't had that happen yet. Coming down to the legs, although one thing I will complain about is I feel like this is slightly crooked on mine, which then makes lining everything up a bit weird. I think that's just on my copy. And then you got more of the detail in the legs. Also, all that red detail scattered throughout up there looks really nice. Some might call that the over-designing of MCU suits, but I honestly really like the look of that. And then down to his boots, got the red on the knees and the gold trim all across it, looking beautiful. Whatever shade of gold this figure was painted in, I love it. This gold looks great. So yeah, detail wise, again, he's beautiful looking. He's beautifully painted figure. The details are immaculate. He's got texture on the black, not on the red, like I said, but I'm at least happy he has some texture because I love me a textured Spider-Man figure. He's super accurate, super articulated, but again, the proportions are really odd and kind of off-throwing for this guy for me. Also, his wrists are weird. I feel like the hands sit too far out on the articulation joint, but that's just me. And speaking of articulation, let's get into it, because this video is running really long. He's got a dumbbell joint at the top and base of the neck, so you can look down that far, look up about that far. Can do rotates and some bobs. Arm rotates all the way around, but as you can see, that piece kind of like moved with it. Butterfly moves in and out. Bicep swivel. Bicep swivels on Figuarts and kind of thigh swivels on some of them are oddly like kind of scary to move. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me. Double jointed elbow. Ooh, odd looking. And you got those like wrist joints, which you can like make them move anyway, because you can rotate here and here, and you can get them facing anyway. So you can get them thwipping. You can get it moving up and down if you want. You got a diaphragm, which moves that far forward, which reveals some beautiful text that says China hidden beneath the suit. And then you can arch, not really the best back, but it does reveal more detail. And they do rotate, bob, and all that. And then you got the weird like joint thingy here where you can kind of, I guess, articulate his cheeks, which is a interesting articulation. But also when you move the legs, this goes with it, and I guess keeps it streamlined. I don't know, but that also means you can make him do full-on splits, which I mean you kind of want to do for Spidey. You can also do the splits the other way, of course. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, that same kind of joint, so you can like rotate it and have a rocker, and a little toesy joint. Oh yeah, and I forgot, there's detail on his little footsies, which is really nice. So of course he's got the standard phenomenal Figuarts articulation, but I will say the articulation is a detriment to like his proportions. That's the biggest problem I have with this guy, is the proportions. But how does he size up to some other boys? Let's find out. Here he is next to a, where's my Star Wars one? There we go. A Star Wars Black Series and a Transformers Voyager class. Here he is next to Mando and Optimus Prime. And as you can see, he is a bit on the shorter side. I think that's just more Figuarts. He is slightly shorter than Mando. And definitely shorter than some 7-inch scale figures. Here's the DC McFarlane and Jazzwares Halo, Black Manta, and Halo 3 Master Chief. Very much out of scale with those boys. But to be fair, he is roughly the same size as this guy, just a tad bit shorter than the Marvel Legends. And for some more fun Marvel Legends comparisons, here he is next to his friends, whom he will, in a few moments, forget because this is the final battle version, MJ and Ned. And yeah, it's the proportions are really off-putting on this figure. But if you can look past that, he is a pretty cool figure. Here he is next to the Goblin, and he just towers over him. You can just easily see how he was slamming him through multiple floors in a what seemed like a poorly built hotel. Because even at max strength, how are you flying through the floor that easy? And for just a bunch of like Spidey comparisons, here he is next to the boys, the Garf, and the Tobes, and they don't look too bad together. Again, proportions the biggest problem there. And for some more figure arts comparisons, here he is next to Miles and Gwen, and I will say, at least it was mostly like this until some of the more recent ones, but I do feel like figure arts masters it when it's to more animated characters, like the Spider-Verse figures, but they look pretty cool together. And here he is next to that Mafex Spidey, which I might review, or I might not, I don't know. And for again, more figure comparisons, because I like comparing them to a lot of figures. Because some YouTubers don't compare them to a whole lot of figures, and sometimes I wish I knew what he looked like next to some other figures, which is why I do so many comparisons. Anyway, my previous review, Spider-Man 2099, Lord, he killed, he attacking Tom Holland. Understandable, though. He did say he was not a fan of him in Spider-Verse, and he just towers over him. And here he is next to another live-action boy. You saw him teased earlier, but the SH Figuarts Let There Be Carnage Venom. Probably going to be the next review. And they look really cool together. Wish we could have gotten them together in No Way Home. It seemed like they were building up to that. And it would have been cool to see Eddie Brock's Venom. Well, not Eddie Brock. Tom Hardy's Venom. Well, of course it's Eddie Brock. But like Tom Hardy's Venom team up with Tom Holland in the final battle. Would have been really cool, and it could have also given him the spider symbol on the chest. But maybe one day. Maybe they didn't do it because it might ruin a future Venom arc in the future. But anyway, they look pretty awesome together. Oh, forgot which figure I was reviewing there for a second. And finally, even though I've already compared him to it like 50 different times, here he is next to that Marvel Legends Spidey. So, do I recommend purchasing this guy? Kinda. He is by no means a bad figure, but I will say this. If you want a really awesome figure arts Spidey, probably try to get the final swing suit. Like, if you're dropping this much on a Spidey figure, I would probably say go final swing instead, because that's more proportionate, looks equally as phenomenal, has the same great articulation, because this isn't just some, like, Marvel Legends, like, $20, $30, like, purchase. This is a little, he's a bit of a pricey boy, so if you do just want, like, a figure art Spidey, I would probably recommend that other one, because it looks phenomenal. But if you are a fan of this suit and don't mind the proportional issues, he is a pretty solid and fun Spidey. I like him. I'd give him like a solid 6, 7 out of 10. He's not a bad guy. He's pretty alright. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you had a good Valentine's Day. Or you're just sitting at home listening to After Hours crying your heart out. Either way, hope you find love, or if you have love, hope it stays. Also hope that Madam Web is good. I've seen the reviews. I watched as it went from 22% to now 15%. I'm a little scared. Saw someone say Morbius was better. It's probably a lie. But, yeah, we pray. All I hope is that we get a Sydney Sweeney Spider-Woman figure out of it, but Hasbro doesn't really like to touch the Sony movie, so hopefully Figuarts delivers with that. But yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews, follow me on Instagram, XO. You can talk to me there, see what's up. I've been doing a lot of album reviews, so you can go check those out. There's definitely going to be a lot more Figuarts. Did I mention the Deadpool? I believe I did. This is also the second take of the video. I recorded one the day before, but I was so out of it and not in the zone that it was a hot mess. As if this video's better. I'm still a rambling mess, but like I was just really out of it. Like there were long pauses and everything. But yeah, Venom's probably gonna be in the next review. Just gonna have to bear with me because I also saw the Ant-Man Figuarts on Amazon discounted. So let's just say there's probably gonna be a lot of Figuarts reviews coming up. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and hope your day doesn't end with your aunt being murdered by a crazed goblin man, and then losing not only the love of your life but your best friend, and having them forget your entire existence, leaving you sad and alone. But hey, get to hang out with Daredevil. Yay!